Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Autumn from MusicStoreLive.com. Today I'm going to show you how to set up the truss rod on a Gibson Les Paul, a Fender Stratocaster, and a Rickenbacker 4005 bass. The truss rod is a steel rod placed in the middle of the guitar neck that controls the amount of relief in your neck by resisting the tension of the strings. When it is set up correctly, it'll keep your neck in a position to provide the best possible action and intonation. First thing you'll want to do is make sure your guitar is in tune. Fret the first fret of the low E string while placing your thumb on the fret that meets the body of the guitar. On this guitar, it's the 16th fret. Press your pointer finger of your right hand down on the fret that is in the middle of the neck between the first fret and the body joint. On this guitar, it would be the 8th fret. Use your pointer finger to test how much distance is between the string and the 8th fret. It should barely sit above the fret but not be touching. If there's no distance at all and the string touches on the fret, you'll have to add relief by loosening the truss rod. If there's a large gap between the strings and the fret, there is too much relief and the rod should be tightened. On a Les Paul guitar, you can find the truss rod right under the cover on the headstock. Don't crank your truss rod. When you make the adjustment, move your wrench an eighth of a turn or maybe a quarter turn at most. On guitars that adjust from the headstock, moving the wrench towards the treble side of the neck will loosen the truss rod, while moving the wrench towards the bass side of the neck will tighten the truss rod. You may have to repeat this process to get the truss rod dialed in to where it needs to be. After you adjust the truss rod, you should let your guitar sit for at least 10 minutes before adjusting it again. On this Stratocaster, the truss rod is located at the heel of the neck, so we'll have to remove the neck to make the adjustment. You'll want to completely detune your guitar. Flip the guitar over and unscrew the neck plate. Carefully lift the neck straight out of the pocket, being careful to not chip the finish around the edges. This style of truss rod uses a Phillips screwdriver. Turning it clockwise will tighten the truss rod, while turning it counterclockwise will loosen the truss rod. After you've made the adjustment, you can reattach the neck to the guitar and tune it back up to pitch. You may have to take the neck off the guitar several times to get the right adjustment. Rickenbacker guitars use a dual truss rod system that they designed to give their necks more strength. This system is adjusted pretty much the same, except there is one truss rod for the bass side and one for the treble side. This allows you to check the relief in both sides of the neck. The bass side is set up exactly as we mentioned before, while the treble side is set up by testing the curve of the neck on your high string opposed to your lowest string. Adjust the corresponding truss rods an eighth of a turn at a time until each side has the right amount of relief. I would recommend adjusting your truss rod anytime you experience a change in seasons or humidity, and anytime you change your string gauge.